Picturesque Provo, Utah, LaVell Edwards Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas Longhorns and the BYU Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
One of the most beautiful backdrops in all of college sports. LaVell Edwards Stadium with the mountains shining behind it. Many say it is one of the most beautiful fields you'll ever play on. 63,000 strong, the Cougars have proven to be one of the best home crowds. Their spirit and their noise makes it a tough place to play at elevation. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. So the BYU Cougars headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Here's Joyner to begin the drive. He's past the sticks. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again. And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to you.
Caught, and he's got room. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. And you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Right side, it's Wingo. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Hart's going to spin it again. Out wide right, it's Lockett. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my sub?
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorn. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. It's a draw. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement to them.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Selling the fake. Picked off. What a play by this defense. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Longhorns. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the point after is good. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Trying to make one miss. Makes a move. He's going to get loose. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Handoff to Joyner. Breaks into the open. He's picked up 48 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. Trying the run, it's Joyner. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Arch Madness. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Leaves it with the back. Spins it. It's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Good coverage to knock that pass away.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Trying to establish the run. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. BYU lines up quickly.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Let's talk just for a second about BYU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Now they'll run the draw. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Quentin Joyner. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Here's Manning to throw. Right side, it's Coleman. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Going for the big play. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Motion from the wideout. Sets his feet. It's Bachmeier. Going for it all. He's got it down the field. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Wants to throw one first. Rushes on. And they got him.
Well, the offense getting a little bit greedy, I think. They had an explosive play the play prior. They decided to try to pile on, throw the ball right away, but the defense was ready for it. And what a great job up front, defeating the block and getting the sack, creating a negative play.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Started this drive with a bang, but now it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Here's Joyner to begin the drive. Good gain there, picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. To the ground, he's got it again. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 17 team, the USC Trojans. And it's the Wildcats looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead it here in the first half. We'll see how things progress. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be 1 drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And BYU will get the first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Sets his feet. It's Bachmeier. Caught. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. BYU right back to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Left side, it's Lyons. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. It's a draw. Powers through the defender. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Just feeds the running back. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
They're all over it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Moving the pocket, it's Bachmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw.
Snags it, and there's running room. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback changing the play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Touchdown, BYU! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. That one came in hot, and it's incomplete.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Number 89, set to kick this one.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Crosses to 35. Still on his feet at the 45. Hits a seam wide open. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Joyner. Texas, and the punishment has been extended.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
Number 99, set to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the middle. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, Longhorn! This defense making a big